So in this video, we're going to show about some of the kind of odd situations that sometimes happen. So you can have lines intersect in three different ways. First of all, you can intersect them. And when they intersect, they have one place they cross. Two lines always cross in one point. You try making them cross in two, you would have to have a curved line. So you get one point where they cross, meaning one solution to a system. When you do algebra, like all these problems we've done, you get x equals some number and you get y equals some other number. I'm going to put an example down. So say we got 2 for this one and 3 we got this one. So you get 1 point where they intersect, maybe 3 comma 2. Maybe I should do this one, it's 3 and negative 2 in our picture. So if I were to do the one from the example, you get 3, negative 2 from our answer up there. So if you were doing algebra, you'd get 3, negative 2. That's what it looks like on a graph, but in algebra, that when you substitute, like in the last video, that's what you'd get. Now, some other times, you get two lines that they might not cross. They're parallel lines. Remember, parallel lines have the exact same slope. Look, they both have a 2 in front of the x. Their 2 is their slope. This time, they don't cross. There's absolutely nowhere they cross. There's no solutions. We talked about that a little bit last time. So if you do algebra, though, you get something really weird. You get something completely false. It doesn't work. You get something weird like 6 equals 12. 6 does not equal 12. That doesn't happen. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in a minute. The other thing that happens is you might get two lines that are right on top of each other. That's called coincident lines, and you'll see that in GMM. Coincident means they literally coincide. That looks like the word coincident. Coincident is the noun. Coincident is the adjective. If you are saying two things that coincide, they're coincident. But, oh, it's a coincidence that happened. Oh, it happened right at the right time. It happened right at the right time. It coincided with when you needed it. So they kind of are related. Another way to say this, I think, is overlapping lines. So that's not what you'll see on GMM. Coincident is the math word. The number of solutions in this case, though, they always intersect. They intersect in every single point on the line. And there's an infinite number of points on the line. So there's infinitely many of solutions. Infinite. You cannot name them. There's so many. So doing algebra will give you something really cool. You'll get something like 6 equals 6. Well, that's always true. Or 2 equals 2. You get something that is always, always, always true. So I'll show you what that means in a moment here. So like in this one, I have an x equals. So if I do my substitution, like I showed you before, and you will get some of these weird answers on your homework this time, I'm going to put them down on two sides of my t-chart. Okay, now I already have one that's x equals. I know that x equals this. So over here where I see x, I'm going to replace it. So now I have 4. I'm replacing my x with that expression that x is. I'm going to run over into my other thing here. It's all right. Oops, 27. Try to write the wrong number. Now I just distribute. That's 64. Okay. Now, when I combine my like terms, negative 24 plus 24y, they cancel. I end up with negative 64 equals positive 27. Negative 24 or 64 does not equal. That is completely false. That can't happen. It is impossible. These lines must never cross. They never have a point that they have in common. The solution is that they're parallel. Oh, I can't spell parallel. Parallel. Or they have no solutions. That's the way you abbreviate no solutions. No solutions. They're parallel. They never cross, so they have no solutions. Now, over here, we have y equals negative 2x minus 24, and 6x plus 3y equals negative 72. Now I know my y equals this, so I'm going to go over here and find my y, and I'm going to replace it. I'm going to substitute. That's why it's called the substitution method. Okay, I'm hoping I don't run out of space here. Almost out of real estate on my computer screen. Ah, perfect. Okay, so I changed the y. I replaced the y with what y equals. Y is negative 2x minus 24. It's not a number, but it'll help me figure out a number. Now I'm going to distribute. I've already screwed up because it's not going to give me a positive. It's going to give me a negative. Let's see, negative 6x minus 72 equals 72. So now I get 6x minus 6x, and I get negative 72 equals, and now I see that I missed my negative right here, so I have to copy it down. Do you see that? I missed my negative. So let's put that in. Negative 72. That, and I can't write so you can read it. How about it? Negative 72 on this side, because these 6x minus 6x cancel. And then right here, I also have negative 72. Well, negative 72 does equal negative 72, always. When there's no variables left, and you get some weird answer like this, that means it's always true. It always works. There's many solutions. There's infinitely many, as a matter of fact. There's many solutions. These are coincident or overlapping lines. They overlap right on the top of each other. If you solved this one for y, you would find out it's exactly the same as negative 2x minus 24. All right. Now, so what happens when all the variables cancel? When you substitute in and you get all the variables cancel, you get something weird like this. Negative 64 equals 27. 10 equals 15. 12 equals 18. 0 equals 1. That's not possible. This is completely false. Okay, what happens is that you have parallel lines that never touch, so they never have an intersection point. So there's no crossing points or no solutions to the system. This is just summing up what we did on the first page. Same thing here. If you get all the variables to cancel and you get just numbers like 4 equals 4, 17 equals 17, and they're always true, okay, you get something true, absolutely true. 4 does always equal 4. 0 always equals 0. Then we have coincident lines or overlapping lines. They're right on top of each other. They always intersect, so there's infinitely many solutions. I do believe that GMM only says many solutions. Now, what happens if you get a word problem and you're going to have some on there? I'm skipping this first one and going to the second one. You're going to get Farmer Algebra started with keyword, that's a B, started with 104 carazes on his farm. Every day he erased, negative 3, that's a slope. 3 more of them. So write a system of equations. So Farmer Algebra, I'm going to start with that first. I'm going to do this in a second. I already noticed I have a start with and a slope. So I'm going to write his the Farmer Algebra's equation. I don't know if it's it's a his. Okay, I said his. All right, with 104 minus 3x. If you want to write negative 3x plus 104, that's perfectly acceptable. Now this other equation, Farmer Real started with 36 and bought 7 more. Now Real is y equals 36 plus 7x, or 7x plus 36, whatever. That's now a system that you can use to solve your equation. I'm not going to do that. I've done a lot for you of solving, so I don't think you need to see that again. It'll just bore you. But I do want you to practice writing word problems into equations, and that is on your. Let's do one more. Okay, it's not one. Skip that one. Okay, so go to this one. Farmer Real and Jepsel bought Mimstoons and Strems for their farms. Say that 5 times fast. Real bought 1 Mimstoon and 2 Strems for $51. Jespel bought 5 Mimstoons and 2 Strems for $95. Now that sounds like 2 equations to me. There's a real equation that looks like 1 Mimstoon plus 2 Strems gives us $51. If you multiply by the money that each costs, that's what you get. Now for the blue underline, hopefully nobody's colorblind, sorry. 5 Mimstoons times whatever they cost plus 2 Strems times whatever they cost should give us $95. Now you have a system of equations and you can solve them. Now this one we're not really ready to solve, although this one is 1x, so you could solve for that because it's just x equals. If I erase that 1, maybe it's a little bit easier. So you could solve this one right here for x, x equals, and just by subtracting the 2y, and then you could substitute. But we're going to work on that more with elimination. So I'm going to leave it at that. There's a couple extra examples in your book, and you can look in our shared folder for these filled in notes from prior years. If you want more examples for certain, they're there. Feel free to do that. And I want you to practice mostly on your homework is just write the equations down. So you're going to write 2 equations down for every word problem. All right, good luck, and give me any email or come to our Google Meets if you have any questions. We'll definitely answer them. And if we don't have enough Google Meet times, we'll figure it out and make some time. All right, good luck.